Welcome back. Week 13. We have a lot to discuss from last week. We'll start with last night, as expected. My Ravens went down 14-19. But, I'm going to be the realistic Ravens fan in here because I think everyone knows that in here. But I look at that game and, like I said, our season's looking like we go 11-5, like I've been saying all year. And I look at that game. And to me, when I think about that in the Steelers, I'm like, okay, let's look at the two matchups. First time, Lamar turns it over 4 times, but then you take that out and it came down to the final play. But we did everything we're supposed to do. Play good defense against the Steelers. You take out Lamar's turnovers. Big Ben and Lamar had the same stat line versus each other playing quarterback. Defense played a good game. Issue was just turning over the ball, and we gave Steelers life. And the game still came down to a final Hail Mary play. Now look at this one. Our whole team is out. And somehow the Steelers still keep us in the game. And I can understand Tomlin's frustration at the end. Him saying, in a way, he's saying something that he's nervous about how this 11-0 is impacting his team because I'm not gonna scrutinize the Steelers 11-0. They played who was on the schedule. I can't hate on them for that. You know, I mean, can't be unfortunate as Ravens' schedule last year. We had a couple playoff teams, we blew them out. But, it's how their schedule was played out. They're winning right now. But Tomlin has every right to be upset. This should have been a game he saw as a blowout. It didn't happen. I think Stephon Tuitt should shut his mouth more often because if that game had went south, what tweet would have came up. But, I'm so confident Ravens can pull this through. I know SA's over there like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. But we'll see how the Ravens do. And I believe we'll pull it out, and I think we will see each other again. I feel Pittsburgh will drop to the 2, and then Baltimore going to the 7th. And I think that's a team Pittsburgh does not want to see a third time, knowing the two matchups, how they went, and how Baltimore's thinking in their head, like, these guys are not better than us, and we just keep shooting ourselves in the foot. But I'm not going to keep rambling on. I'll let Mr. Ellis think about what he thinks about his Steelers, too, as well.
Obviously, a really disappointing game, but, I also think that at the end of the day, we played what I call the KC Chiefs layup game, where you sort of just, you're playing a B squad, so you can't help but adopt that mentality as coaches in game. And I don't think we came into the game with a philosophy to have that kind of strategy. But I think it evolved over the psyche that occurred during the week. And I'll agree with you 100% that the Steelers players, not coaching staff, but players were mentally weak this week. And I will agree with Tomlin's anger. But I think Tomlin put a lot on the coaches in that game, and it wasn't on the coaches at all. It was guys didn't execute. When you drop six third down passes that would easily have been first downs, you didn't execute. So you weren't focused during the week. You were very busy on TikTok and social media and all this stuff, complaining about when the game was getting moved. Hey, as fans, we're allowed to do that. We've talked about this before, guys. As fans, we're allowed to do that. Players, guys, just get focused. And I think we learned our lesson in that this week. I do think we'll bounce back in a big way on Monday, wherever the heck it is that we play next. But at the end of the day, I just hope that fans of the game understand that there's a reason everything happens. And I hear a lot of buts when it comes to talking about the Ravens. But if only this happened, but only this happened, if only this happened. Well, it didn't happen. And you're 6-5. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it was ugly. It was a little dusty and rusty. It was a little dirty. It has some rust on the end here. But at the end of the day, it was still a sweep, baby. Whip, whip, whip. That said, we do plan on seeing you again. And, we'll be ready. We haven't played our A game against you guys either. So just be aware of that. At the same time, I have every reason to be afraid of a Raven team that walked out of that game yesterday, feeling like they won the moral battle. And they did. Harbaugh's chicanery of delaying the game 3 times was good for 10 points. It was. Good thing we pulled it off. But, hey, it's a long way to go. It's one game, and both teams are still very much alive for the playoffs, so that the Ravens have some work to do. Meanwhile, I'm going to keep sweeping here. A couple more leaves got through the door.
Phase on. Well, we're going to come to you. How do you feel knowing that Bill Belichick, like I told you, because you were over here saying, oh, playoff dreams are over. We're not going to make it. So how do you feel now that you doubted Belichick once again? And as I told you before, Belichick will find a way. And now you are 5-6, one game behind. one game behind from the playoff picture. How do you feel right now?
It's really crazy because, well, I mean, I wouldn't say I doubted Belichick. I doubted this team, and I have a really, of course, like a big reason to, because this team is not good. We should not be where we are right now. I don't know how we won that game against the Cardinals. I don't know how. If you guys even watch the highlights, Cam Newton had like 87 yards on like 8 for I don't even know. He played a terrible game, and our defense showed up against Kyler Murray, one of the best quarterbacks in the league by far. Yeah, I don't know how we won that game, but we gotta keep pushing, we gotta keep fighting. Our inconsistency shows because we beat the Ravens and the Cardinals, but we can barely beat the Jets, and we lose to the Broncos and Drew Lock. Oh God, that guy's terrible. But I don't know how we won that game, but we're just gonna keep pushing through. JP, you got the Steelers jersey. I know you have a lot to say, but let's try to keep it short. What were your thoughts, man?
I think I'm proud of my team. We played a good game. I'm not about to get upset. We had practice squad players playing defense, offense. Like our center hasn't played a snap in the NFL till yesterday. Like I don't even know his name. It's like Castillo or something like that. Like it's just a practice squad player that we brought up. I think I feel like if Trace McSorley started this game, I mean it was already close, but I feel like we will have a better chance because you know what RG3 is known for, throwing picks, fumbles. Like that's just what he does. That's a stupid pick six. You take that away, we're we're up. We're winning the game, and that's what irks me because like see it just proves to me that RG3 is not a starting QB. He will not start in the league again. And I feel like I best believe that he's getting cut after this season just because of yesterday's performance. Like he had a game to prove and he didn't prove it. Trace McSorley came out through a dot to Hollywood and Minka went left and right. It's okay, but we're not going to talk about that. Defense played a great game. They played their hearts out. Marcus Peters just he knew everything was gonna happen. Just quick slant, quick slant. It's like I was playing Madden. Just quick slant, quick slant, quick slant, quick slant. To James Washington, to Juju, or to Ebron. That's all they did. And we still couldn't stop it. But that's what happens when you play man. When you play man, you just need this much of a step to get that slant off. But Mr. Ellis was right. Too many drops. And I feel like they dropped a lot of passes because they heard footsteps. They knew that Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, they popped the ball out. And you could see they've been doing that the whole game. So you could tell Ebron wanted to catch it, hold it, tuck it, and go. But he dropped so many passes. Deontay Johnson, very bad drops. That bomb in the corner to that was a beautiful pass, beautiful play, and dropped. But it's all good. Our defense played well, and I really believe we're gonna crush the Cowboys. I think this is the game we come out. We have to. If we don't crush them, even if we win, I'm gonna be disappointed. Like we need to crush them. In order for me to be happy, at least I need to see the Ravens beat them by more than 20 points, in my opinion, or maybe even by 17 or 14.
You
Maybe
calling a
by
50 burger? You calling a 50 burger for this one?
42-17. I think our defense gets like 2 touchdowns. And I think Dobbins. I think just our running game will just go off. I don't even see our passing game because Lamar is coming off of COVID. Like because no one is the same off of COVID, but we just have to see. I can't say nothing because he's gonna have zero practice. Mark Andrews is not gonna be there because he got tested positive on Monday, so he's out for this game as well. So all Lamar Jackson has is just Snead, Hollywood, and Dez. Let's see what we can do with those weapons. And I feel like that touchdown, you guys can say it's one play by Hollywood, but I think that opened us. I think that opened us up very much. What Hollywood can run. It was best believe it was miscommunication from the Steelers. The safety picked up on Dez, so he got open, and I don't know where the corner was.
I don't
But
think it was miscommunication. I think it was a gamble. I think that Edmonds went to try to make a big play and a breakup, and he got beat. I mean, it was a good play. It was a good play by Hollywood, man. I'll give him credit. It was a good play.
yeah, I
And
mean,
if he does that more, then that's really going to help you guys. But, he hasn't shown that he can do that more. And I do think that we were sleeping a little bit at that point in the game. And who wouldn't have been? That was a painful game to watch. And I think everybody just
oh
wanted it to
yeah,
be over at that point. But still a great play, and it's something to build on. So I agree. And that could be something to build on, man.
yeah. Well, just got to see what happens on Tuesday night. Let's hope no negative tests. That's the main thing. The Bud Dupree, I hope he's straight. Tore ACL. Sad, but
Awful.
it's
I would have rather
football.
lost the game 100-0 than lose him for the year. I'm serious. I
Oh
would have
yeah.
rather lost
Oh
that
yeah.
game 100-0 than lose him for the year.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
I
maybe not,
news,
but
that news, Dupree is out for the season with the
Yeah.
ACL tear. Just came out like an hour ago.
Nail in
But
the coffin. Nail in the
yeah.
coffin
So
Yeah.
we'll
Super
turn it
Bowls.
over. We'll turn it over to our special guest for once. An Eagles fan. Got an Eagles fan. We got Philemon over here. So why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
Hello, my name is Philmon, big Eagles fan, press Eagles fan. But yeah,
Hey,
Oh.
Phil, we got some questions for you, man. So, like, this season has been bad for you guys. You're 3-8. I forgot where you are ranked in the division right now. Your quarterback, you've been really, talked about him a lot. But what's going on? Can you guys fix this before the season ends? Can you guys clinch a playoff berth? Like, what's your thoughts on this whole Philadelphia mess?
you made a mistake. You said 3-8, 3-7-1. Just wanted to make sure you knew that. But yeah, it's just a depressing season. I have to put out a missing persons report for Carson Wentz because this is not the guy I knew. This guy was MVP in 2017. 2019 carried practice squad players to the playoffs. And this he just looks lost. The coaching's questionable. The secondary gets burned, although it might look nice, it's still getting burned. Many things is just bad. And the worst thing is they come out week after week and say, we gotta be better. Keep telling us the same thing. We've gotta play better. Carson comes out in his comes out with this long jacket and says, I know the mistakes I make and I'm going to fix them. But week after week, it disappoints me. I do think we can still make the playoffs because we're in the NFC, the worst division of all time. Is it impossible? No. But is it going to be tough? Yes. We still have the Packers. Then right after that, the Saints, and Drew Brees is supposed to be back for that game. Then we go to Arizona, and we finish it off with the football team and Cowboys. And those are both away. So we only have one more home game left, and that's New Orleans. So if we can win our division games, I think we make it to the playoffs. But other than that, it's just not looking right this year. Maybe tank for Jamar Chase and hope for better next year.
Would you say 6 wins is enough for the division? Is 6 wins going to get it done?
5 could even get it done. I saw like a tweet the other day. It was like, if the Cowboys and them lose and stuff like that, 5 wins can win the division for Philadelphia Eagles.
So 5-9-1.
5-11-1 could.
Sorry, 5-10-1.
11.
11.
No. 10. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, 5-10-1. Wow. Too much math for me, but.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, we haven't heard from this man yet. Who says he's another Ravens fan, of course. Your initial thoughts from yesterday. You were very vocal talking to us. What were your thoughts, man, about that crazy mess yesterday?
First of all, I don't think the game should have been played. Roger Goodell came on at halftime and said, "Oh, I believe in our protocols. I believe that will stop the spread." You're not handling nothing, my guy. Like, that game should have been played. Players got injured. I mean, you expect players to go out play one of the toughest games in the NFL? That rivalry is tough. It's like, yeah, and with no practice. 10 dudes without practice. That doesn't really make sense to me. So fix up. Now to the Ravens. I'm proud of them for how they fought. I'm optimistic for the future. Like Mr. Ellis said, there's no need for me to do any more buts or ifs. It just is what it is. Got to take in the chin. Hopefully Hollywood can build off that performance. Just keep fighting. I had us going 12-4. Ellis and I were going 11-5. So yeah, we just gotta learn from this and like not let it hold us back. It's how we respond to adversity that matters. So yeah.
Do you think Cleveland will actually give you a game? You think the Clowns will give you a game?
No.
They're the most overrated team in that.
I think so.
I think SAU agree with me, right? I think we're talking about it. They're so overrated.
No.
They're just bad. And
They're overrated, but I feel like they'll give us a game. You know
Talk
what?
about a team that's played no one and beaten no one, right? Talk about a team that's
Yeah.
played no one and beaten no one.
But Chubb and Hunt, Mr.
I
Ellis,
mean,
they're
did you
looking
guys see
hot.
that pass by Baker? Like, it was a slant, and he just, bro, they're not a good team. They're just
No, but I'm only scared because of their running backs.
I mean,
But I know Williams.
Williams back for that
Yeah,
game. Yeah,
yeah.
and OBJ's out, so it's basically
Yeah.
just
Just
Jarvis.
lock up Jarvis Landry. That's all.
Bro, the Browns are not a good team. Kevin Stefanski,
Monday night.
9 in the box. 9 in the box.
yeah,
Put it on
he's
Faker. That's it. You win. Recipe for success.
Mr. Ellis, the only thing I want to add in is I was like looking at this tweet. They were like, the NFL is like gifting the Ravens so many things because like we were set to play on Monday, and your game got pushed back to one day. They could have just left us on Monday, but they made us play on Tuesday, just so the players that got tested after Thursday could come back to play.
Oh,
It's
it worked
just
out great
it's
for you. But
so
like I said, you guys played it like a drum and manipulated the NFL like a drum, and I give you credit for it. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Hence, the
yeah.
same thing happened yesterday, and you saw it come back at you though when Vinny Vinovici, laid down on top of somebody and left a broom on top of him because that stop, okay, at the end of the first half was significant. Was that a legal play? It was. Was it a dirty, filthy? Absolutely. It was garbage. And if I'm a Ravens fan, I'm coming through my TV screen after that play. But who you should be going after is RG3 because he called the timeout instead of spiking the ball 2 plays earlier, and you wouldn't have had to worry about that there. So, and that's the thing. And I heard Harbaugh again in the press conference, the same thing. It came up, he blamed the refs. No, why don't you blame yourself, Harbaugh, for
Thank
telling
you,
him to
Mr. Ellis.
spike the ball
Thank
there instead of
you.
taking that timeout? That was the problem. But again, that's why you're not going to win anything in the long run because your coach blames other people. He needs to take responsibility for what happened. I think you have the talent to win the Super Bowl. But to me, Harbaugh in moments like that is classless. Okay? No, you blame yourself. Okay? You think Tomlin wasn't upset about a lot of the things that his receivers did, but at the end of the day, you can't blame the refs for your head coach. Your players can blame it, your fans can blame them, and keep it up. And they might have legit points. You have a legit point what happened at the end of that half. No question. You have reason to be upset. You have reason to blame. You have reason to think you got a job. But as the head coach, what you say there is, we should have spiked the ball. That's your answer. Not, oh, I can't believe the officials didn't see something that lasted for 12 seconds. No kidding, Harbs. No kidding. Everybody in the world saw that. But you know what? Be a leader, be a man, and take responsibility. You coached a great game. You motivated your team to be successful in that game. But you know what? Take the heat.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Thank you. I've been saying that since yesterday. But we're gonna go to essay after his so-called. We're gonna say how would you say your game against the Bears were?
I think it proved how like our offense is legit top. We could have had a lot of talk early in the season that we could only beat bad defenses, only beat bad teams, and then look what we did against the Colts, the top-rated pass defense. Rodgers has 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. There were some mess ups, maybe an interception that was a bad interception on him, a fumble on the kick return, but overall the offense did well. You can go to the Bucks game. That game, it just now seemed just like a one game out of nowhere. Everybody just did bad. It wasn't the next week we pop off against the Texans, we bounced back, and in the Vikings game, our offense didn't do amazing, but did pretty good. And then now we come against another top great defense, the Bears, and we put 41. I think it was through 3 quarters. I think the person who's not getting credit is Matt LaFleur. These plays are amazing. Wide open receivers in the end zone. You're talking about Tanyan to Lewis to Lazard. He's getting everybody involved. He's doing what Mike McCarthy failed to do, and that is coach and actually play design without having to do 5 wide and Rodgers do everything every single week. You just see 5 wide every single play. It'll be 3rd and 1. You'll be on 5 wide for no reason. No play design, no play action, no pre-snap motion, nothing. And now you're finally seeing a coach who knows how to coach, who actually is respected by the quarterback. I remember Rodgers getting slack. Oh, he can't be coached. What happened now? This is a 39-year-old QB, quarterback, coach. He's young and he's doing 10 times the job Mike McCarthy ever did with the Packers. And it's just nice to see that we actually have somebody who can actually do a good job there. The one problem is Mike Pettin. Yes, this game was against Trubisky. Yes, we did a good game. Anyone could do a good game. I do not think this defense coordinator will last like this season. I don't think he can. And I think when we go in the playoffs, the one thing we look back will be Mike Pettin. He's too conservative. He never likes to press up on the receivers. He always likes to give up underneath. And I think it's going to cost us when our linebackers are not good enough to always make that first tackle. And That's what you're gonna have to depend on when you don't press coverage and when you're always just playing back. You're gonna have to tackle, and we need to improve the tackle. We need to improve the run defense to get better.
You think they'll consider Clay?
No, I really don't know. I really don't know. Kirksey's been really inconsistent. We signed him in offseason to do what Blake Martinez failed to do for us, and now he's doing for the Giants. I don't think so.
I mean, he could be like an Ngakoue kind of signing, right? A north-souther, like just get up there and plug the run. That's all you got to do is
He would
be a
love to
muscle
come.
plug, basically.
Yeah, he would love to come to Green Bay, but I don't know.
We'll take him in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
We'll take him. We'll take a but. That's all we need is just a run plug, a mustard plug. Like that's all he's going to do. So that's good enough. You guys, I saw you guys have $7 million in cap space. We have 5.5. I think people would be foolish not to look at it.
Yeah.
Either team.
Yeah, and MVP race is the two-man race now between Mahomes and Rodgers. I don't think Wilson is there yet at the tier 1 level right now for the MVP race, but it's a pretty good season for the Packers.
Yeah, Essa, going back to the NFC kind of conference, after that Bears game, I know you were happy about it. So, we were talking about the NFC and how wide open it is, but do you think right now Green Bay is the number one team to beat in the NFC?
I think the Saints are a better team, but I think the Packers could beat them because we have beat them, and they say the Saints were complete. We weren't complete either. We missed. I think it was Kenny Clark. Devontae Adams didn't play. People say Michael Thompson, but Adams didn't play. Rodgers still torches them up. Lazard, what was it? A 40-yard bomb early in the game, then a 70-yard deep pass. We weren't completely healthy that game, and still did amazing. And I think it's the Saints and Packers. The Bucks, too inconsistent. Seahawks. Too many problems on the defensive side. I think we are the best team in the NFC, and to beat.
Definitely have the best QB, and that matters.
I wouldn't say you're the best team. Only issue, what I'm gonna say, is your defense. You didn't make any strides.
I agree with that.
You made no strides to make your defense better, and that's the problem I have with this offense. Especially, that's my problem with Rodgers. Knowing if I'm Rodgers in that position, he should have many times threatened to leave that organization if you don't help me with defense. Because at some point, they cannot keep doing this to Rodgers, hoping that he wins games for them, and that defense just doesn't. Sometimes you need that defense to win. And I'm not saying this to hate on the Packers. You know many times I've said this about your defense. You guys made no adjustments, and maybe that's the reason why your defense is bad. Maybe the adjustments that you guys make on defense
it's mainly play calling on the defensive side of the ball. It's
mainly your run defense. It's not your pass. Your
pass linebacking core is
Jair, Kevin King. Those guys are stars.
Yeah, our linebacking core is kind of good. Yeah, it's weak, but the one thing is we don't have to see Rodgers play hero ball on offense every single week now, which is just good to see. And even though our team is offensive oriented, it's not primarily quarterback has to make throws and plays that every single week to survive. We're actually calling good runs, good play actions, good passes. It's just good to see, and I think we're the team to beat in the NFC now.
Well, and that's the thing is you have a running game, and that matters, because you're taking some pressure off of Rodgers, and whereas on the end of our side is that's you're gonna have to put it all on Ben, and you guys don't have to do that for Rodgers, and he is the best QB in the NFC right now. And even though your defense isn't that good, what offense is going to put up 40 points on you? Okay, maybe the Saints, but we're talking about the playoffs and Drew Brees, and we know what happens there.
The Drew Brees game shouldn't even been close. So that game was only close because we couldn't tackle Kamara. Like every single play was a 5-yard. He would look 5 yards.
Some of it looked fake too. It looked like it was kind of a game that was fixed for the over or something a little bit.
He would look down, just check it down, and all you have to do is get Kamara on that first tackle or even the second. We couldn't even do that, and it was really Kamara that kept him in that game. But I think we'll be pretty good in the playoffs.
Can't wait.
Now let's get into a few picks because that's all what we've been waiting for. Had a good wrap up. So we're going to a couple picks. We won't have time to maybe go through all of them. But the first one, since Philly's here, we're going to do the Eagles at the Packers, Sunday Night Football. Green Bay's favored by has an 8.5-point edge. Over under is 47. JP?
You were cutting off. Say it again.
Oh, my fault. We said Green Bay at Philly at Green Bay. Green Bay has an 8.5 point edge. Over under is
Ooh,
47.
8.5. Wow. I mean, the Packers are winning. Eagles are just done, in my opinion. I think the Washington football team will be winning the division. I don't see Eagles going close. Second, because even the Giants are surprising me. Like, hats off to them. Like, very good team. I mean, I know everybody sucks in that division, but very good team out of that. Like, but I got the Packers winning 28-21, just a little under the edge.
Well, I'll say this: I would love to pick the Eagles here because I feel like if this is a kind of signature game, if they can find a way to win, then they got division locked up. But I think that faith in Carson Wentz is going to get him. You know, I'm stunned that he played so well against the Steelers and the Ravens, moving the ball down the field. And then in these games where he should have dominated, he just did nothing. I got Green Bay 33-21. Jalen Hurts comes in the fourth quarter, puts up 2 garbage time TDs, but opens the door for them to possibly still win the division at the end. Lamar Jackson style 2 years ago, albeit a different record, 33-21 Green Bay.
The Eagles are it's just like it's crazy to think about, really. And I have Green Bay win this. It's just so many problems with the Eagles. Their offensive line, which causes Carson Wentz to make terrible decisions. He gets happy feet. Reminds me kind of like Brady. They pressure Brady. He gets happy feet and he throws a dumb pick. I'm not gonna blame everything on the Eagles. Wentz deserves some of the blame. Even Philly knows that. But yeah, I have the Packers. I just think that they're just on another planet, and they just want to make a statement like they have been this whole season. That like as I said, they want to be NFC favorites. A lot of people don't see them as NFC favorites, but a lot of people do. A lot of people don't. So I'm gonna say 31-21, and I'm handing over to Philly to see what his thoughts are on this.
In the NFL, there's only 2 teams who haven't eclipsed 30 points: the Jets and the Eagles. This week, we're eclipsing 30 points. I think Wentz gets it going this week. It's Green Bay's defense. Just something you love about them. They have Mike Pettin. It's just the best thing ever. Aaron Rodgers is going to electrify our defense, but he's going to come short like last year. It was a spark for us last year. He's going to come short like last year. I got the Eagles winning 33-30 in a close one in Lambeau. The upset.
There we go. That's the Philly we know.
Oh, Suzy.
I can't pick the Eagles here as much as I want to. I can't even troll, honestly, because it's just not fair. You saw what happened to Darius Slay. All in DK's face. What happened? He got bullied. He got dominated. That was embarrassing. On Monday Night Football, like, bro, come on. And then Carson Wentz, like, I'm personally, I'm still high on him, and I've been high on him since he came to the NFL. I believe he can still play. I remember when he was supposed to win MVP, then the guys won the Super Bowl. He looked great. I believe he still has that in him. He's been unfortunate with the team around him. It's always been injured. The O-line has always been trash, but I don't know if he'll bounce back this game because he's shown flashes of it, like Mr. Ellis said, against him. But I don't think this is the game, honestly. If you guys get your running game going, then it could be a totally different game, but I got to go with the Packers, 35-28.
Yeah, Philemon talking about 2 teams this season who have yet to score 30, the Jets and the Eagles. But there's 2 teams in history who have put up 40 points in every single one of their division opponents. 2016 Falcons and 2020 Packers this year. And both those teams had the coach LaFleur on offense. So I'm going to say another 40-point game, back-to-back, against the Eagles. Exactly what he said. We saw what DK did to Slay. And Slay knows a lot about what Adams did to him every single time he faced him when he was on the lines. He torched that man every single game. And I see the same thing happening here. Devontae has another game like he did against the Texans, like he did against the Niners, like what he did to Slay all those years in Detroit. I see Packers winning this game 41-20. Big one in Green Bay.
Good score. I can see that.
Let's just say your score again one more time. My audio caught out.
41-20 Packers.
Philemon
You guys
over here
doing a
laughing.
you guys doing a jersey? You guys doing a jersey jersey experiment here for the winter?
I mean, I don't have a Wentz jersey or an Eagles jersey.
Well, I know Philly has an Eagles jersey somewhere.
All right, I'll be open to do it. He'll drop it off at my house. I drop off my Roger jersey in his house.
You want a picture, Philly? You want a picture?
21 points, Issei? Come on now.
Maybe 45. I don't know.
Maybe one of the few times I actually agree with SA. I just don't see this Eagles team beating.
If DK could do that,
they may drop 40. Devontae may go crazy because I think Slay's going to go into this place where he said on Monday, "Oh, I didn't need to have any safety help." Well, it looked like you did need safety help against DK, and I can't imagine what Devontae's going to do. I just got to go Packers.
Y'all remember Nnamdi Asomugha? Y'all remember Nnamdi Asomugha?
Yeah.
One of the best man coverage corners, man.
Until he got to the Eagles.
Yeah.
And same with Slay. It's kind of like following the same pattern. I think Slay's a much better player, but he hasn't shown it. I think he's also on an island out there. You got to feel bad for him because he's trying to cover for 3-4 other guys, you know? That's what it looks like to me. That
I'm
last
going to be quick with this Green Bay 45-20. Sorry.
DK might have dropped 177 yards, but the offense only dropped 20 points, Issei. So Adams.
Yeah, but you could say that, but also you're going to take into account DK's drop touchdowns, drop pack. What he could have done was much more. He could have easily put up.
He didn't though. Philemon has a point. He didn't though.
Is Adams dropping those touchdown passes?
Yes.
He has a point. I can't.
This has been a week of couldas, right?
I wanted to say right now that DK has
could have, would have, should have.
Okay, dude. Hey, pick the Eagles.
Follow your own advice, JP.
Yeah, pick the Eagles, JP.
All right. Well, we'll go to this game because JP's been saying this team will beat this team. So we're going to go the tied for first place, but in second place, the Washington football team going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Monday Night Football. I don't know what JP's thinking Washington's going to win this game, but I digress. Pittsburgh has a 9-point edge over on this 43.5. JP?
I got the Washington football team winning this game. See, I'm not even here to troll or nothing, guys. Like it proved that Big Ben is same old Big Ben. You pressure him, he would throw his picks. He would do dumb mistakes. And who has a better D line than us? The Washington football team. Montez Sweat, he will have a QB spy on Big Ben. You guys don't know how great this defense is. This defense is insane. If they get an offense, they will be insane next season. But that's the only thing that's holding me back. That this is why the Steelers could win. Just because they don't have an offense. Just because the Washington football team doesn't have an offense. But I got them winning because of their defense. I feel like they'll jump around, they'll make plays. They know they gotta get first place. I got them winning. Got the Washington football team winning, 24-21. It comes down to a field goal, and they win the game.
Hey,
they win the game because the Steelers can't kick the field goal. Like it's Steelers ball, and they will stop them, and the game will be done.
It's a better pick than your Steelers Giants pick. I'll say that. You have more of a chance this time. But no, look, guys, it's going to come down to this. It's going to be an angry Pittsburgh Steelers football team. You don't think Tomlin is absolutely doing them in film review today? I mean, I would not want to be in that building today. I really would not want to be in that building. I'm going to tell you right now that it is going to be on fire. And guys are going to be just, yeah. We'll be fired up for this game. Okay, we'll be fired up for this football game, and we're going to win the game. We're at home. However, I still don't think we cover because we do not cover spreads over 7. If you look, 7-23 the last 30 times that we have had a spread of 7 points or more, we're 7-23. So we win by 7. Steelers 27, Washington 20. I think we get the run game together a little bit in this game. I did see some signs of life on that last drive with Benny Snell and company. Wasn't great, but it was something. However, Marquise Pouncey's absence is going to be significant. As you saw in this game, you find out 2 hours before game time, you don't have your starting center. You're putting a guy in who last started center in Alabama in a different world. But 27-20 Steelers win, 12-0.
I have Pittsburgh winning this. I think I'm not gonna deny Washington is they're a good team. They're a good football team, no pun intended. They're a good team. And that offense, I can't trust Alex Smith against this defense that's so elite. And I know they lost Devin Bush, which is a terrible loss. Mr. Ellis emphasized that he would rather lose, and of course anyone would, because he's one heck of a player. He's had a standout season, but man, it sucks. But I don't see Alex Smith beating the Steelers defense. All you have to do is shut down the check downs. You have to shut down Antonio Gibson, and you're done. And you're good. You're good. Yes, their run defense is good, Washington, but their pass defense, I don't know. I haven't done homework on Washington's pass defense. I don't know how good that is.
Apparently, they are number one statistically in the league.
Wow.
I'm saying they are.
Know that.
I mean, but again, you look at quality of competition faced, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not know that. I'm gonna say a close game then. I'm gonna say 27-21. Washington failed on a game-winning touchdown, and it's a close game.
I can assure you this: their pass defense will not be 1/10 as good as the Ravens was last week. I mean, that game yesterday, that was a lights out performance by the Ravens secondary, man. Chuck Clark played out of his mind. Peters held on every other play, but still played out of his mind. And Humphrey, for some reason, we attacked him. I don't know why we attacked him, particularly at in the red zone. What were we thinking? Yeah, no, the Skins don't. Washington football team does not have that kind of secondary. We win.
They got a D line, and that's why I picked them.
Philly.
I got the Steelers winning 30-20. The Redskins or Washington football team does have a good defense, but you saw they let Baker and company drop 34. They lost to Daniel Jones twice. So stats might say they might have the best defense, but if you let Baker drop 34, I'm sorry. I got Steelers winning 30-20 by 10 points. Redskins come out in a big lead first, like 14-0. Then Ben and his team, they go back to normal. They win at 30-20. It's pretty much not close. It looks like a domination, but the score doesn't tell that.
This is a really tough game to call. The more I listen to everybody's points, the more my opinion changes on this game. I knew coming in that the Washington defense was something serious. Even though they don't have the personnel like Mr. Ellis said, they're gonna have to man up, obviously, with the Steelers. I believe they're gonna put up a fight. And with the emergence of Antonio Gibson, I'm telling you guys right now, that boy's a stud. He's really good. I think the football team have a chance, but I don't know. Like you saw, versus the Ravens, if you can get Ben to hold it, he has the fastest time. Though he's the fastest thrower in the NFL right now. He releases the ball the quickest. If you make him keep the ball for a second later, if you make him have that happy feet, you saw that Tyus Bowser pick. You saw that that amazing catch by James Washington at the end of the game. Get him unsettled in. I think
lucky
catch. If you can get him unsettled, I think good things can happen. But I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers here. Like Mr. Ellis said, Mike Tomlin is gonna be on them. Like you can tell because you can see in their press conference he was heated. So I'm gonna go with the Steelers 27-20.
I'm also going Steelers. This is not going to be a close game. I don't like. I see a big game for the Steelers defense. Cowboys defense. They were able to come up with some really just I don't know surprising turnovers that shouldn't have been happening with Alex Smith. I just wish Terry was on a different QB every week, different team every week. I see multiple turnovers. This is going to be 35-20 Steelers. I think a good one for Pittsburgh.
Okay, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because my opinion is not changing on Washington. I just don't trust that offense against Pittsburgh's defense. I'm sorry. I can understand JP's point, Washington's defense, but going to Philly's point, if you let the Browns put 34, you let our struggling offense put 31 on you, it's just not gonna work. And they struggled against the Bengals with literally nothing. And the Steelers are mad, especially Mike Tomlin. And then you look at coaching, it's Ron Rivera versus Mike Tomlin. You got a Hall of Fame coach versus the one who ruined Cam's career practically. It's not close.
Tomlin 3-0 lifetime against Rivera. Combined score 124-23.
Sorry, Tomlin's just gonna have a better coach game, and for this reason, and they want Tomlin off his back because he's not gonna get off their back after that. Basically, what he called a JV football game by both sides. He's not gonna get off their back.
Pee-wee.
So for that reason,
Pee-wee.
So for that reason, this will be a blowout because I don't think Tomlin's gonna expect anything less. I'm going 46-17. Actually, no, 43-17 Pittsburgh.
I can see it, and I hope.
I hope so too, because I'm sick and tired of Washington fans talking to me how they're tied in division and we're third. I'm sick and tired of it.
How about scoreboard? The game you guys played, 1. Scoreboard in the last 25 years of your existence, 2.
We're gonna have to be a little quicker with a couple of these games. We're gonna go. We got the Cleveland Fakers against the Derrick Henrys. Tennessee has a 5.5 point edge over this.
Perfect.
JP.
Let's go Tennessee. You know, we need the Browns to lose just so we can get that second seed. But even if we weren't in the situation, everybody knows Tennessee was gonna win. I mean, come on now. Derrick Henry's about to run all over him. Tannehill, I hope you throw dots. I hope everybody does good because I really need you guys to win. And that is another reason why I'm picking them. But obviously I was not gonna pick the Browns. You know I hate Baker Mayfield. You know I hate that offense. I just hate that team. So I got the Tennessee winning 28-14. Easy win. See you guys next week, Monday night in Cleveland. Get ready. We're desperate.
I also have Tennessee. I think it's that time of the year, guys. It's not Christmas time. It's Derrick Henry time. This part of the year he dominates. I don't care who else. I don't care who is on that defensive side. Myles Garrett. You can have. I don't care. He's just unbelievable this time of year. And for that reason, I'm gonna say 31-17. I think they win comfortably. I think Baker struggles like he always does. And yeah, next Monday night it's gonna be crazy. I can't wait for that Ravens Browns game.
Man, yeah. Sorry, this is going to Tennessee because they're just getting the momentum, and this is a time where the clowns are down to clown. Man, it's December, so it's time for a clown strike. Okay, we're about to have 2 straight games where this Clowns team gets absolutely annihilated, and it begins in this first one. I got Tennessee 35, Clowns 10.
Filma.
Man, I'm going out on a big limb here. I got the Browns winning this upset 24-23. I think that 1-2 combo with Nick Chubb, like people are talking about Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. Look at Nick Chubb. He hasn't played half the year and his stats are almost comparable to others. That 1-2 combo is dangerous. Kevin Stefanski is just like, he's a genius. He's making Baker look decent, and that's a tough job to do. I got Baker managing the game, throws a couple picks, but I got Myles Garrett destroying Ryan Tannehill. Don't forget he's back. But I got the Browns winning 24-23 in an upset.
Sounds better than my pick.
Yeah, this is a hard game to call, but I want to read a stat real quick. Jerome Robinson, I think he was an undrafted rookie. He's on the Jaguars. 22 rushes, 130 yards, and a touchdown against the Browns last week. I don't think that if they can't stop an undrafted rookie and that Jaguars online, they're not going to stop King Henry. I have the Titans cruising here. I don't trust Baker either. 35-21.
I think you meant James Robinson, but yeah, I agree with you. This Browns team is overrated. They're the fakest team in the NFL. They have a fake quarterback. Everything about their record is just a complete lie about that team. They're not. What are they? 8-3, 7-3 right now. They're gonna lose this
8-3,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's gonna absolutely destroy this team. I'll say 27, 30. No, I'll say 31, 20. Titans.
Coach Smith, I hope you're watching this show specifically. I've been saying this for days. You keep arguing to me Baker is a good quarterback. No, he's not. He's proven this time to time. He's better in his commercials than he is on the field. We all know this. Baker is a faker. I told you this from day in and day out. This is what they will do. They will not pick up Baker's fifth-year option, and they will draft a mid-round quarterback. Because like Philly,
I think the mic is off, Emmanuel.
Yeah, we lost your mic there for a second, Manuel. He's letting it rip, though, man. We can only imagine what's being said here, right?
Yeah.
because we forced Baker to make plays, and he didn't. And he shows time and time again the only reason he's relevant just because he has a good team. And it's time for finally all these faker believers to finally realize how bad he is and to stop shaming Lamar. Yeah, I don't know how this makes sense when Lamar has outperformed Baker, and yet he gets a lot more blame than Baker does. But I'm not going to stand on that. I'm calling this a blowout at 2. I'm saying the Titans. I'm going to say the same score as the Colts. No, I'm going to say 35-6. Ain't too much there.
We're hitting up against time and aging prostates here, guys, so we probably should wrap it up, Manuel. This has been a great show. Great job, everybody. And big shout out to Philly for the appearance today, man.
We'll do a quick recap to everybody. Baltimore, I just hope this is the game against Pittsburgh that really ignites them, especially Lamar coming back, Calais Campbell coming back, we get Williams back, and I just hope they show against this next 5 stretch what they really are and that they've gone through their adversity and they'll find a way to fix it. And I just hope we get our rematch against Pittsburgh because I think these guys really want him. JP?
I agree with you, Emmanuel. We get everyone back. I just hope Mark Andrews is good. Type 1 diabetic. I hope he's just good. He's getting a safe recovery. I hope he's back for the Browns game. I hope he shows no symptoms or nothing to extend his quarantine or nothing. But we just got to win this game. Take it one step forward every game. We can't rely on other teams. If we win out, we'll see what happens at the end. If the Browns somehow do good this week, somehow do good next week, we just don't have a chance. Maybe the 7th seed, but we just got to win out, to be honest. Run the table here, get 2nd seed, get the 5th seed or the 7th seed, and just hope we make the playoffs. Because if we make the playoffs, I guarantee we're going to win some games. I don't see us going to Super Bowl, but I guarantee we're going to win some games. Because I think we're like, as Emmanuel said, I think the Steelers just woken us up. Like, our defense played such a good game. We just got to move on. Let's go Ravens against the Cowboys. Just got to get this dub. That's all. It's in Baltimore Tuesday night, 8:05 p.m., guys. Tune in. Big trust.
Phase on.
Yeah, Sunday's a big game for the Patriots. We have to face the Chargers. Have any hope? If we drop to 5-7, I don't like our chances, but nothing's guaranteed. We have to find some way to neutralize Justin Herbert because he's gonna dice up our defense. But I like the matchup, Stephon Gilmore versus Keenan Allen last week. Stephon Gilmore locked up DeAndre Hopkins, locked him up. I like his chances against Keenan Allen. It's just about our offense. Can we step up? That is the big question.
Just know if Belichick ends with a winning season, at the end of the season, you owe Belichick a huge apology for doubting him and this team. You owe him a huge apology, by the way. Just heads up to that. Essay?
He never doubted him. He just doubted the players.
Yeah.
He tried out for wide receiver 3 weeks ago. Did you see the rec specs, man? Come on.
Come on.
You still shouldn't have had to worry. Belichick's your coach.
You got robbed, man. You should have made it. Haluki was reffing that practice or something, man. You should have made it. Jeez, you got robbed.
I doubt this team. I doubt this team. I doubt this team. I don't doubt the greatest coach.
Who would doubt Belichick? Come on now. No.
You'd be very surprised. People are doing it with Brady.
I know.
Phase on 8.
Essay.
I'm happy with the win last week. I hope we can repeat it this week against a bad Eagles team. We need a big blowout like last week. And I hope that happens. I like this team.
All right. Philemon and Mr. E says we got to wrap it up real quick.
I'm done. Just let you guys finish up.
Philemon?
Faison tryouts are Thursday if you want to come play receiver for us. But anyways, hope we can get the win, against the embarrassing Green Bay defense. And yeah, I thank God that we're in the NFC East.
It says he takes home.
Lamar's coming back. I'm optimistic for the future of this team. We got swept by the Steelers this year, but we'll be back next year, Mr. Ellis. We'll be back, and I can't wait to see that number 8 on you. I can't wait to see that number 8 on your back. Go Ravens.
Hey, that was for that broom was for JP, not you. I promise.
Well, we had a great week. It was a great show, and I can't wait to see you guys next week and see what happens next week with all these games.
Let's go
Can't wait.
Ravens.
Thanks again, Philly. You're awesome, man. Thanks. Come back soon.
All right.
Come back for the playoffs. I think you'll be there.
I hope so.
Just beat the Packers, and you'll make my day. Even though I picked the Packers, just beat them.
That's
You'll make my day.
We're a legit team. We don't just fall like that.
Legit.
Like
Okay, buddy.
Baltimore.